Hello there, everybody. Aaron Chan here from Chelsea Sports. It's sport. I've got to talk about it. What the bloody hell happened there? What happened there? 1-0, Hungary, 4. 4. Let's put this in perspective, shall we? 4. 4-0 against Hungary. Hungary. Are you having me on? And I was listening to Channel 4 straight after that game had finished. And do you know what they were saying? Let's put it in perspective, shall we? Southgate's a successful manager. Let's put this result into perspective, shall we? Are you... I can feel myself getting more mad. Are you having me on? Yeah. You know what? Let's look at it from both ways. Gareth Southgate, took us to a Euro final. We lost on penalties. The heartbreak, the tragedy, this, that, and the other. Yeah, great. He's the most successful manager since Sir Alf Ramsey, statistically. Yeah, great. But look at the football we are playing. We've got attacking talent sat there doing jack because our manager, our national team manager, doesn't know what he is doing. He does not know what he's doing. And what happens when you have someone who doesn't know what he's doing? You have someone without a clue, without a cat in hell's chance. You've got wonderful attacking talent in that team. Gallagher, you've got Bowen, you've got Saka, you had Foden who came on, you had Sterling who came on. And the funny thing is, when you're 3-0 down and you're down to 10 men, which, by the way, it was not a red card. I don't know what the ref was looking at there. Should be going to Specsavers after that. He didn't elbow the Hungary player in the face. It was an accident. He didn't even know who was coming into him. That was not a red card, by the way. So you're down to 10 men. You take off an attacker for a defender. Save yourself the embarrassment. But who do you bring on? Harry Maguire, the biggest waste of £80 million since the great Wall Street crash. You bring on Harry Maguire for Saka. Yeah, bring on a defender because you don't want it to be more embarrassing, but you bring on Harry Maguire, the man who has constantly made mistakes over these past 2 years for club and country. Are you having me on? Are you having my life right here? Harry Maguire couldn't fight himself out of a paper bag, and you expect him to see things out. As soon as he came on the pitch, I was like, oh, is it going to be 4 or 5? And it ended up being 4 anyway. Absolute joke. But do not take anything away from Hungary. They were amazing today. Take nothing away from them. That's their biggest result in their national team history. Harley says Southgate out. Get Southgate gone. That's all I have to say. Says don't have a clue. I agree. He needs to walk. I'm sorry. He needs to go. What the chuffing hell just happened, said L.A. Capone. Only watch to watch Styles, Barnsley player. Go get sacked. That's embarrassing from a Norway Cheltenham fan even. I bet you're loving life. Eddie Howe is a better manager than even Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche and Eddie Howe could do a better job with that team, hands down. Glad I didn't watch the match, to be honest. Been saying it for a while, to be honest. Southgate's tactics are killing us, absolutely. Brought a lot of last season back watching the Rovers. I was literally saying as I was watching that 4th goal go in, it's like watching Rovers every week this season. Play basic football. That's why nobody can play us, because we are SHIT. Southgate out. He's played defensive football at Euros, which made me so angry. Gets Sean Dyche in. Thing is, though, doesn't he really play defensive football? You know, Donny Rovers were playing budget Burnley football. England were playing budget Burnley. Well, England were playing rich Burnley football. So, you know, you need an attacking manager now. You need someone like Graham Potter or Eddie Howe or someone like that. Eddie Howe's not going to leave Newcastle, so that's out of the question. Graham Potter loves it at Brighton, so it's going to be very, very hard to plough him out of it. But you need an attacking manager that's going to get the best out of attacking players and get defensive players to play offensive, defensive play. If you know football, you know what offensive defensive is. Get those players playing offensively, whether they're in defense or in attack, and you've got a real threatening squad. that play threatening football. At the minute, we're playing side-to-side backstreet crap, and we don't want it that way, down that back street. We do not want it that way. Attacking football, I want it that way. Brilliant Hungary, says Magyar. Mate, I bet you're loving life right now. And congratulations to Hungary. Congratulations to you. The problem is everyone knows how we play because Southgate has no plan B. It's plan A or do plan A better. No risk, no effort, no chance. Bit like Darren Moore at Rovers. No plan A, but no plan B. Do we get it? It was a good match. If you're a Hungary fan, it was a good match. If you were a bloody England fan, it was ridiculously bad. Put the StreamYard on. I have put the StreamYard link in the description of the video. So you guys can click that link in the description right now and get ready backstage to come on and have your say, because I'm going to do more of these for different sports because I love doing these chat shows, but it felt right to do one tonight. They'll always find a way to praise our S-ness. The British media seem to find some way. It is in the description, don't worry. Donny started pre-season early. Mate, if England were playing at the Eco Pro and we just lost 4-0 to Hungary, we'd all be behind the goals chanting, "Are you Donny in disguise?" We made them look brilliant. To be honest, we did, but Hungary didn't have to do a lot to let them make them look brilliant. Hungary looked good anyway, so it's nothing unusual. I'd give more credit to Hungary because I think they look brilliant even without England making them look better. Brexit football. Absolutely. He's a typical FA manager, says all the right politically correct things, but will never win it. The thing is with Gareth Southgate, he's a wonderful guy, and he's a great ambassador for English football. As a manager, his tactics are just so poor. And it's not just on Southgate. Let's not put it all on Southgate here. The players. Now, I'm not just talking about tonight. I'm talking about the other games in the Nations League. I'm talking about certain games in the Euros. I'm talking about past years gone by under different managers. These players are earning millions per week. Every single month they're earning millions, and yet they're playing like a glorified Stoke from the past. Literally, it's overpriced millionaires going through the motions. So let's put it on the players as well. Steve Cooper, in for me, gets the best out of younger players. Problem is, though, again, he's not long since joined Nottingham Forest, and he's now in the Premier League with them, so he's not going to leave Nottingham Forest anytime soon. Long time Donny James? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I think this may be the beginning of the end. Gareth had a great run. I think we've been found out our tactics, and now we may need a change, but this close to the World Cup would be stupid. It wouldn't be stupid because you've got a great attacking... You've got potential attacking managers in the open ready, that you could bring in, get him working with that squad just before the World Cup. If you get rid of Gareth Southgate tonight and you bring in an attacking manager and get him working over the last couple of Nations League games and get him working that attacking system, then you've got him in that frame of mind ready for the World Cup. So now's the prime time to get rid of Gareth Southgate. Get Warnock in, proper manager. I don't know. Is Warnock not going to get back into managing, though? That's a problem. Stop kneeling, play football. If you agree with that, comment down below. Richie Wellens could do a better job than Southgate. I reckon he could, England should hire Graham Potter that plays possession and good football. He can't be much worse, only upwards from now. Thing is, though, again, like I said, Potter, is he going to leave Brighton? Is he really? Southgate thinks he's 2006 Italy that won the World Cup winning games by 1-0. Problem with that, they have Maldini and Nesto. We have Maguire and Mings. Exactly. Graham Potter is better than Southgate, 100%. We're all in the same boat. As a Portuguese, we have a lousy coach as well. Very good players and a bad coach. I'm not going to use that word, but it's a bad coach. It basically means bad coach. Spot on, Jeff. The team forgot to get off their knees. England needs to get rid of Connor Cody, Aaron Maguire, Kyle Walker, Mason Mount, Tyrone Mings. Bring me Arsene Wenger. I want him, England manager. Southgate out, Chalin. If they offered me the job, I'd take it. Do you think when Mick Sheffrey not long ago joining Rovers would turn down England job? It wouldn't, to be fair. Hungary 4, England 0, absolutely. England need to have more pacey forwards because Harry Kane is too slow at Teddy Sheringham. Well, Teddy Sheringham was still a good player. Change of manager wouldn't be stupid. It'd be risky, definitely, but imagine the impact we'd have with a sudden change of tactics and everyone struggling to defend our attack. Absolutely. Matty is here. Matty's a Donny fan. He's wearing the England shirt with pride. Same about the players not doing that. Matty, 4-0 defeat.
Yeah, it was just not good enough. I just think, obviously, I've been watching these Nations League games and I've been thinking, like, how will we in the Euros final of a month? But I don't know. Obviously, Germany, we got away with that. Harry Kane putting away a penalty. But Hungary, I just don't know what's going wrong. And I think, there's big questions asked. A lot of blaming Southgate. You can blame Southgate. I blame Southgate partially, but also the players.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's trying to, obviously, I see him trying to play Gallagher and Bellingham, giving them a go because we need, I'm scared if we bring in another manager because I've got a feeling he'll call up the wrong players and not give like other players a chance. I could have seen him calling up Mark Noble, like if he was still playing, or James Milner. But obviously, you've just got to be wary. But who would we bring in? That's the option. Who would we bring in?
Yeah, I get the risks. I definitely do. But like I said earlier, I think if you bring in a new manager that's got attacking football traits with the players he's got at his disposal and the sort of new call-ups he's got at his disposal, then you get him playing these last couple of games in the Nations League with those new attacking tactics, get it in that frame of mind, and then you've got a attacking group of lads there that's primed, ready for the World Cup in Qatar. So it'll be a real risk keeping Southgate in for the last two games and the World Cup because you've still got them playing this rubbish defensive football that's not fun to watch and it's not causing any problems for any teams. You saw what Hungary did tonight. They absolutely annihilated us.
Yeah, I just think, we've just got to go out there strong in our next games and prove that we've got something to play for because obviously a lot of people give Southgate stick. I've heard it for ages. And obviously I've gone, no, he's a good manager because no one's ever rated him. But I honestly think he's an all right manager, but maybe it is his time to go. You know what I mean? But obviously, if he were that bad, he wouldn't have got us to a semi-final at World Cup and a final at Euros. You know what I mean? So you can't.
This is what makes me risk it because he's had that past success, but was it just down to the fact that other teams weren't playing just as good? You've got to look at other scenarios now, and look at what I know it was different competition, but look at Roy Hodgson, the last manager before Southgate. He walked or got sacked after a bad result against Iceland. After this result against Hungary, even though it's the Nations League, will Southgate follow suit?
Yeah, I just think it could happen, but obviously I can't diss him for the lineups he put out. Obviously in the Euros, obviously when he started Phillips and Rice, I think that partnership was so underrated. They were so good together, and the team, obviously I loved how he did not drop Pickford. Obviously for country, for country's unreal. Club has been shocking, but for England, he never lets us down. And obviously I understand him Ramsdale for these past 2 games. But, we've just got to see, because if we bring in a new manager, they could obviously start someone like Pope and then it'll just go downhill and not know what they're doing. But it's just about who we bring in, like I said.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look through some comments. Give him a chance. Nation League doesn't matter to the players. World Cup is his last chance for me. To be fair, if he does stay beyond the Nations League, I think World Cup is the last resort. And if we get eliminated in the group stage or in the first qualifying round, knockout round, or we go out. If we go out before the quarterfinals, that for me is the red flag to get rid of Southgate in the World Cup. Do you think Spence should be called up to England first team? I reckon it's worth a chance. I think it's worth a chance because he's a very exciting talent.
Quality player.
England is a disgrace in more ways than one. He's lying. He's been watching Love Island. Getting Jose Mourinho, he loves England. Think he's done an amazing job at Roma. Again, though, is the tactics going to be suited to attacking talent? I really don't know. But then we have to consider the fact that these players haven't had a break since the end of the season. So in a way, I do understand the lackluster display. I'm not going to put it down to that. These are professional athletes earning millions a month. I'm not putting it down to that, mate. No way. Yeah. I'm not letting them get away with that excuse. I know it's not your fault, Daniel, for putting that comment, but I do get what you're saying, but I would not use that as an excuse because these are professional athletes earning millions a month they're getting overpaid as it is compared to the players that are busting their backside off in the lower leagues and not getting any international appearances, that are busting their tails off trying to get an opportunity at higher levels. And these overpaid millionaires are just, just going through the motions for club and country. And it's not good enough. It really is not good enough. And English football, I've said since the Euros in 2016, needed a reshape. And when Southgate was appointed on those few years, in my opinion, I still think there's been cracks in English football. I think people are still trying to treat English football as if it's the best thing in the world. It's not. It's overpaid and it's crap. Bring in Potter, Poch, Jose, Bielsa. 2 of those 4 are available. So, I mean, Poch and Bielsa, would Poch bottle the Euros and the World Cup? On current record, probably. Bielsa plays great attacking football. If he can find up a way to assure it up at the back, then it wouldn't be a bad option, because he does concede a lot of goals with his Leeds United team. Bernardo says, but listen, mate, it's not that easy, is it, to bring a new manager? Players need to understand the style, the way to play, the tactics. Before a World Cup, that is a huge risk. Why panic? That's why I say use the last couple of Nations League games, sack Southgate tonight, and use those couple of Nations League games to work with those tactics, work in the training sessions of those 2 games. And you've got I wouldn't say the biggest amount of time to learn it before the World Cup, but you've got a decent enough amount of time for professional athletes to learn an attacking style. And some of these players have played attacking football at their clubs, so it's not exactly hard, is it? It's not exactly rocket science. Weren't England and Italy in the European Championship final? And look what happened. It's been a fluke in both competitions. We had an easy route in the World Cup, and the Euros was easy as well. To some extent, I agree. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think I've gone through too many comments. I reckon a team of Barnsley and Donny would beat England. Mate, I think a team with Doncaster would just beat England on their own. Bringing in Maguire for Saka in the 85th minute, 3-0 down, made me lose faith in him, not going to lie. It wasn't even the fact that bringing a defender on for an attacker made me lose faith in that game and Southgate as a manager. It wasn't that. It was the fact that he brought Maguire on, who's prone to mistakes right now. So you bring someone on like that for an attacking player. If they brought on a different defender, someone who deserves a run out over Maguire, I wouldn't be as, complaining, because at the end of the day, you're trying to assure it up at the back. But it's the fact you bring on Harry Maguire, who's prone to mistakes. I'm not having a pop at the bloke professionally, because I'm sure he's a nice guy. I've never met him, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. But as a footballer, he's the biggest waste of £80 million. Fact, done, end of story. Don't want anyone coming at me with that. Terrible comparison of what? England was playing good football before this damn nations. I wouldn't say good football, mate. I'd say we probably got through the Euros with a little bit of luck. Players tired. These are glorified friendlies. There might be glorified friendlies, but I still treat England matches as decent competition matches. It's the same I treat Rovers with pre-season. I treat pre-season as good matches because, at the end of the day, they're building momentum for the season ahead. So this is building momentum for the World Cup.
Yeah, you aim to win games.
Yeah, exactly. Bore with players tied. Exactly. Thank you, Ashley. Southgate tactics are shite. He's got to go. England ain't winning the World Cup. Mate, we ain't going to get through the group stage with this kind of football. If we're losing to Hungary 4-0, if I was the USA, Iran, and whoever we've got in the group, I'd say lucky pickings.
Yeah.
Who's in our group with USA and Iran?
USA, Iran, England, and
is it Wales?
No, who is it now? Oh, I can't remember. It's
USA.
It's USA, Iran. Because Ben AFC said Taremi for Iran would get an hat-trick every game.
England, Iran, USA, and Wales. If you are Wales, America, and Iran, you are bracing yourselves for 4-0 victories at this rate. It really is that bad. Not English, but Southgate's time is up after the World Cup regardless. To be honest with you, I do kind of agree. We should get a Hungary manager, and Southgate at least he would be on less wages. It's been raining for both teams. Hungry players are also tired. Exactly. The rules still apply for both teams. It's simple as that. The brainless Gammons, Maguire, Kane, etc. show up for what they are. Kick and chase morons, propped up by foreign stars. #mighty. I'm not sure what that is. Again, I just feel like English football gets overrated a lot. No fight or desire, passing back all the time, get the ball at the pitch, absolute joke. Sounds like Donny every week. 3-0 down, he brings Maguire on. Does he want to be sacked or something? Again, I'll highlight the fact it's not the fact that he brought on a defender, it's the fact he brought on Maguire. So I'm completely with you. Sack the man, he's clearly not for us. That was embarrassing. England should replace Steve Holland with Dan Ashworth. I mean, it's not a bad shout, but it just came in at Newcastle. I think it just came in at Newcastle. So very, very tough to bring someone in that's just joined a job. Bringing a new manager, I'd rather go down with a fight than go down with a whimper, which is sure to happen with Southgate as manager. Chakir just come on for Turkey first team. Interesting. Let's see how many goals he gets tonight. I'm not even English, but I think Southgate's time is up after the World Cup. He won't be sacked before the World Cup, in my opinion. No, I don't think he's going to go. And that's the biggest mistake they could make. We need a manager like Jose or Lampard. He did well with Everton, keeping in the Premier League. Mate, Lampard, I think, again, that's a bit of a risk.
I wouldn't put him as England manager, but I think he's a good manager. I think he's underrated, but never.
I'd like Lampard as maybe a number 2 for England or one of the coaches for England, but not the number 1. I would say.
One of my mates called Dylan Shaw. He says that Steve Cooper should be manager.
I don't think Steve. I'd like him as manager, but since he's just coming at Nottingham Forest over the last 6 months, he will not leave after he's just got me in the Premier League. What's it going to be like in November after the players have played like 6 Champions League games? God help us. We got the group. I think Harry Maguire and Marcus Rashford should revive their football careers and join Newcastle United at St James's Park. Mate, you guys have got new owners, so it's not exactly out of the question now, is it? England, France, Italy, Poland taking some L's. So Argentina or Brazil looking tasty to win the World Cup this time. I think France taking some L's, but I wouldn't exactly rule them out. Italy, I think they're still going to struggle. Poland, I don't know. England, I don't really rate to get any further than the quarterfinals at this rate. Argentina and Brazil, maybe they've got a chance. He's not used to his 5 subs, Grealish on the bench, Trent Alexander-Arnold not on the team. Again, any Doncaster transfer news? All I know is we've made offers for a few players. Don't know who yet, don't know what positions. I know Coppinger, McSheffrey, and Steve are being interviewed on Radio Sheffield tomorrow, so I'll be keeping a close eye on that and listening to that tomorrow night. So once I got the times for that, I'll share it about on social media for all you guys. So and I'll share it in the community page on the YouTube channel as well. But I think they'll be asked. I've asked a question. I know other people have asked questions, so they'll be asked to them tomorrow on Radio Sheffield. Got the kit launch on the 23rd. So if you do want to ask them questions about transfers, that's the perfect time. And I'm pretty sure the club said they're going to reveal some more stuff on the kit launch. They said stay tuned. So I'm sure more stuff will come out. Maybe we'll parade a new signing on that day. Who knows? I'm not English, but I think you need Graham Potter as soon as possible. Fair play, mate. If he left Brighton for England, that would be a good call by England. England is at the same level as Man United. Southgate's career on the line. Absolutely. Mate, Southgate could go from England to a League One team. It is literally as bad as that. And I don't know how well he'd do in League One. Southgate needs to go. Grealish on the bench, and he knows Grealish is very talented, especially coming off the bench, but decides not to play him. No goals in open play in 4 matches. Absolutely. It's just not good enough. Selecting 5 right backs in the squad, bringing Maguire on for Saka when needing to score a goal. Absolutely clueless. Again, just another reason why Southgate's not good enough. Why not start a core team, Pickford, Maguire, Stones, Rice, and Kane, then start these fringe players around the core? Why change the complete team? Again, I think that disrupts the momentum. I think you're completely right, Alex. Send Southgate to Rwanda along with Maguire, says Sofiana. Support Man United like KJ, Butterneeks, Sport, and Terry from the Football Terrace. Absolutely, Sam. And I think they've gotten used to seeing rubbish performance from United. So imagine seeing England tonight. The decision to send Jones Stones off was ridiculous. He did nothing. I'm going to touch on that. I'll go through these comments and I'll be back in the comment section in a little bit. I mentioned Dom Telfer's name to the first team goalkeeping coach, who we know is available for free. If you've watched my transfer recruitment plan video, that was an hour 20 long, by the way, you know he's on my list. By the way, someone did put in the comment section of that video, there has been a change to that list since it was posted yesterday. Tom Hughes is apparently on the verge of joining Rotherham. So that's one striker I know we're not going to get. He's going to be off to Rotherham. He's apparently off to Rotherham, Tom Hughes.
Michael Smith gone to Hull, Annie from Rotherham.
Yeah, Smith's gone to Hull, so Eves will take his place at Rotherham, apparently. So it's pretty much a swap free. People say it's just the Nations League. It's like when Man U say it's just the FA Cup when they lost to Borough. Exactly. Don't care what anyone says. Maguire is vital. Vital for England. No comments. I could see Southgate bringing in 5 right backs, have Maguire, have 3 forwards, Kane being one of them. Nothing's going to change, to be honest. Not English. Yeah, I get that. Saka is shocking. Didn't have his best game today, but on his best day, Saka's a wonderful player. But I do see your point where sometimes he has had bad games for England, but it's not shocking all the time. Southgate costed you 1 World Cup final and the Euro win. Absolutely. Is he the English Poch? Is he the English bottle job? Probably. A World Cup in the Middle East, perfect for Iran. Looking at Hungary's performance, come on, Iran. Mate, if I was Iran, I'd be looking at England thinking, well, that's open hunting season. Sue says that guy there.
How do you reckon what's it called? Australia will do in World Cup.
They could surprise a few people if they turn up. Why has VAR not picked Stone sending off as a clear and obvious error? I don't think VAR was in use tonight. Mikel Southgate is Mikel Arteta's twin brother when it comes to playing the same football. Maguire comes on to make sure we didn't concede more than 3, caused the 4th goal to happen. Exactly. Southgate out, Cooper in, virtue signalling Tosser. Should have brought in Dyer, best British centre-back this year. Just get Southgate out. Oh, Matty's gone. Hopefully he comes back. Just get Southgate out. I'd rather take a chance without him in the World Cup than keep him after that. I don't know. Thoughts on Mike Bassett? Oh, God. James Maddison should have been called up. Had great stats for last season. England were getting desperate. Even Kelvin Phillips started to pass the ball forwards. Again. England, USA defeat England. Iran win, England, Wales draw, elimination against Netherlands for Southgate. I mean, that's his prediction. Fair enough. Can't blame the Heat for that performance. Gave you a sub, mate, liking the content. Thank you very much. We're almost at 100 in the stream, which is fantastic. Southgate out, he's clueless. Kieran Trippier, Max Aarons, Reece James, Tariq Lamptey should be England's first right backs. Absolutely. Could you see England going out in the group with Iran and Wales making it? I could see that. Should have never have sacked Mike in the first place. Do you think we're going to League B? You'll play Italy away and Germany home. I think that's us done now. I ain't going to lie to you. I think that's really us done now. For me, I just feel like, yeah, I think we generally need Mike Bassett at this point. I think we generally need him at this point. Just sub to your channel. Thank you very much. Rooney is next manager. Now, this one's an interesting one because, Derby are going through a bit of a rough patch financially. They haven't got the Chris Kirchner bid accepted. Is the manager going to walk? I know he's got an untapped loyalty to Derby, and you can't question that guy's loyalty. If he walked for if the England job was available and he got it, I don't think any Derby fan could actually blame him for doing that because he's been loyal to Derby so many times. If he took the England job, I wouldn't be surprised if every Derby fan just went, fair play. Please sign petition to get rid of Southgate. If there's actually a petition, fair play to him. What do you think about England booing and singing while the Hungarian anthem was sung? I think we should be respecting the national anthems. I think apart from that, the only time I heard England boo was at like half-time and full-time when they started saying you don't know what you're doing to Southgate and things like that. I thought Reece James was good, not a perfect performance, but he was positive going forward and created good crossing chances. I thought Reece James was all right today, but I don't know. Worry when you bring Foden, Mass and Sterling on and the game goes downhill. Exactly. Gerard Gaffer, I think he's happy at Villa. How far is Doncaster Rovers from Sheffield United? In terms of distance, it's not too far, like half an hour to an hour, I think. Between half an hour to an hour. But I think in terms of the distance between the clubs, in terms of how far they are in progress, we are nowhere near Sheffield United at the moment. I think England needs to sack Southgate now and get David Unsworth in because he's leaving Everton now. Is that an option? I don't know. Thank you, everyone, for getting this stream past 100 people. That is unbelievable. The StreamYard link is in the live chat as well as the description. So I'll put it in the live chat now as well. So if you do want to come on and share your thoughts, then please do. We want to get some more people on the show. I don't know where Matty's gone. I don't know if it was an accidental click off. So I'll see where he is. I've not watched one England game since Southgate was appointed. You're not missing on much. Gerrard would be a good manager. He would be a good manager, but again, I just don't know if he would leave Villa. I've just got to look realistically here. Does Wales have it easy come November with their World Cup group? I think Wales have got it pretty good. I think Wales are probably my pick to finish top of the group. And then for second in the group, it's probably between England and America. I think it's probably either Wales and America or Wales and England, or it might be even America and England, depending on how Wales do. But I think Wales will probably get through. Wales is the most likely to get through the group. Then it'll be either USA or us, and then Iran at the bottom probably. But if we go through the group, we are going out in the knockout stages, 100%. Even before I can bet that we're not going to reach the quarterfinals or just reach the quarterfinals and go. Big Sam again. I wouldn't even dare. Brit living in. Well, I don't know. Southgate in or out? Out for me. Needs a reshuffle of management. Southgate moved to the head of a. I think that's just basically saying Southgate's a nice guy, but not good enough to manage, which is fair enough. But yeah, guys, StreamYard links in the chat. Please do come on if you do want to share your thoughts on this performance, because I'm sure it is an absolutely terrible performance. What do you think about the random police attacking on Hungarian fans during the Black Lives Matter knee, or about the English fans who booed the Hungarian anthem? Shock him. We should be accepting every single national anthem with, we should be staying quiet during national anthems. And, it's shocking that fans have done that. But the best time I heard England boo was when they were booing at their own players at full time and half time. But booing during the national anthem, especially during the Hungarian national anthem and everything that happened in there, shocking. Can't condone that. Southgate out. Need Lee Carter to mentor him. Only watched it tonight because nothing else was on. Stopped watching when Southgate brought politics into it. People watch footy to escape. Mourinho in. Bad idea to take Bellingham off and time to give Nick Pope a go. England players look tired. They do, but I'm not using it as an excuse, mate. Brit living in Hungary with the flag flying high. Just take it down in shame. Take the England flags down, because we are not flying high at the moment. I'll tell you what, then. It's nice coming on live tonight, because I've not done a live stream since the whole Chal Sport new chapter change for the channel. So yeah, it's nice to come onto the channel tonight and do a live stream with the new Chal Sport stuff. It's nice. So hope you are really enjoying this, guys, and I hope you do like the new content coming on the channel. We've got basketball content, ice hockey content, other sports content. You saw my Hell in a Cell review. So I really do hope you guys are loving the content that we're putting out across sport and getting more sports fans involved. Because there's been a lot of people that's been supporting the hockey content. So if you are football fans, you've not seen those other sports contents before, then please go and support the content, because it does mean a lot to me. And if you're new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. Please do subscribe. How have you not heard of Mike Bassett? I have heard of him. I've seen the film. It's not a bad film, to be fair. But I think he would probably do a better job. I'm not going to lie to you. Saka played awful. He did play awful. I'm not going to lie to you. He tried to get forward a bit, but just didn't really get an opportunity, really, or much opportunity. Right, I'm going to type this player in just so I'm not making a fool of myself on what you call it, on I don't know what you call it. I'm just double checking the name here, because I don't want to get this. I don't want to get this wrong. So he said, apparently he comes out and says we're linked to someone from Palace's under squad, which, I'm not going to believe until I see it. I'm not going to believe it until I see it, but You know, I've not really heard of that name, to be perfectly honest. So I tried searching it for anywhere and it's not there. So it's pretty much, you know, it's not. I don't think it's there. I'm not surprised. That's why I put £30 on Hungary and 14-1. People are actually betting on us to lose now to Hungary, and that's how embarrassing it's got for England. But fair play, mate. You've won your winnings. Channel 4 are using it as an excuse. Tired and fatigued from the Premier. Mate, I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's up to them if they want to use it as an excuse, but it's not my excuse. My excuse is there is no excuses. Fireworks going off over here in Hungary. Wow, Jesus Christ. What about all the other nations' players that play in the Premier League? Are they tired? Well, no, of course not. Exactly. So, you know, I'm not going to use tiredness as an excuse at all. I completely agree. Do you think that England had time to improve to be competitive for the World Cup? Hi from Brazil. Hello to everyone in Brazil. No. I think these next two games aren't going to be wins either. Why didn't Southgate take Rashford and Sancho? Well, apparently, according to reports, they have to prove that they're worthy of being in the England squad. When you look at the players that are out there tonight over the past couple of games, who else is out there that's proven themselves? Lee Carsley is England manager. If Southgate gets the sack, I mean, again, comment down below. Africa says no tournament is exciting without England. Come on, you guys. England won't even be contenders for the World Cup. Agreed. Wokegate needs to jog on now. Go woke, go broke. Knees taking chumps. Southgate out. Southgate couldn't manage any Premier League club. Well, he got Middlesbrough relegated. How does it feel to get relegated in this competition and then the World Cup? It's going to feel shocking, but you know what? If it prompts Southgate to go, then it's the right thing. You never know. Rashford will be the next Danny Welbeck. What's this space? Says Alex. I mean, if he doesn't book up his ideas, then probably not. But yeah, guys, those of you who are in the stream and do want to come on and share your thoughts, wherever you are in the world, the StreamYard link is in the live chat. I want to see as many people as possible backstage. I want to get so many people on tonight. It is all about England. It is all about where we go from here. Should the English Football Federation Association sack Gareth Southgate? Should Gareth Southgate walk tonight before these last couple of Nations League games and before the World Cup in Qatar? Will Southgate last the World Cup? If we finish badly in the World Cup, is that the time for Southgate to go? I want to get everyone's thoughts. Keep commenting down below in the live chat. But if you do want to come on and share your thoughts, either on audio or camera and audio, then use the StreamYard link that's in the chat right now. Get backstage and let's get some more people on. Southgate should be sacked for saying Rashford and Sancho need to prove themselves. To be fair, though, he does have technically a point with. He does technically have a point because Rashford's not been in the right frame of mind and Sancho's not been put to good use this past season at United. Even though there's not a lot of competition ahead of him in the England squad with the performances that we've seen over this Nations League, I can kind of see where he's coming from. If Southgate isn't set by September, then he's sticking with England in the World Cup. I think that I'd probably agree with that. I think that September is probably the deadline date. Cool Channel just found it and subbed. Who do you support, by the way? I support Doncaster Rovers in the English Football League 2. Can't believe I'm saying League 2 instead of League 1 now. But yeah, I support them in League 2, fourth tier of English football in the professional leagues. You know, yes, it's not a great league to be in right now, but hopefully we'll push back up to League One next season. And, you know, I've been supporting the club for 19. This is my 19th season now coming up. So to support the club for 19 years is always a joy. And, you know, I'll never get tired of it no matter what happens. I would replace Dan Burn over Maguire, Matt Target. Burn, Target, again, they wouldn't be bad shouts when you look at the people ahead of him. So I'd take a pop on Matt Target. I'd take maybe a chance on maybe Dan Burn being a bench player to start off with. I'd definitely bring Jed Spence up. I think he's definitely someone I would bring up. But again, you look at Trent, you know, would Trent's place be under threat? That's cool. I'm a Man United fan. Will be in your league soon. Mate, I think we've got more chance of facing each other in the World Cup. In the FA Cup. We all learn from mistakes. Southgate will turn it around. England have enough talent. I don't know. Fair play, mate. We just got out of it. I'm Wigan Athletic, 40 years. I'm 53 now. Fair play, mate. Good luck in the championship. Massive celebrations in the bars and pubs over here in Hungary. The Hungarians are buzzing with pride. And so they should. So they absolutely should. They've been the better international team throughout. They've been the better ones. So for me, I think it's a no-brainer. You've got to look at this and say, this is the best performance Hungary have put out, and they've been impressing everybody. And you've got to look at that and say that they are deserving of winning this game. We don't deserve anything from this game because we didn't play good enough. I'm dying to hear what Gary McSheffrey is going to. Gary McSheffrey. Keep thinking of Rovers. I'm dying to hear what Gareth Southgate's going to say after this. Aaron Paddy Power just put out on Twitter, Aaron Ramsdale heading for his 4th relegation in 4 years. Do you think England will win the World Cup? If not, or yes, can you tell me who will win it? England will never win the World Cup. Not this one, anyway. They'll never win this one. Who I think will win, God, I think it's between France, Germany, and maybe Argentina. I don't know. I'm probably betting on France or Germany or Argentina at this early stage. Get on Denmark for the Nations League. You heard it here first. I mean, to be fair, Denmark wouldn't be a bad shout for the World Cup. I know people are going to comment now and think, are you mad? Are you mental? Look at Denmark's performances in the Euros. Look at their performances there. They last year in the Euros, in the delayed Euros, were fantastic, Denmark. And for me, they've got the spirit and pride that's going to push them through the World Cup. So I wouldn't bet against Denmark going really far in the World Cup this year. Brazil, for me, the World Cup conditions suit them. Again, that wouldn't be a bad shout. I think Brazil wouldn't be a bad shout at all. Mate, even 18 Dapper's saying Southgate's got to go. Even he's agreeing with me. Jamie Carragher's just put, whoa. Look have you seen what Jamie Carragher said? You don't know what you're doing. Shut up, you clowns. This manager has taken the country in 2 tournaments to the best position since 1966. You can't knock him for that, but come on. You must see Jamie Carragher. You are a wonderful person and a wonderful player in the past. But I'm going to have to politely disagree here. Look at the style of football we are playing with all that attacking talent on the pitch. This, for me, is not good enough. He's not going to get sacked before the World Cup. So he's going to probably last the World Cup and the last couple of Nations League games. If he doesn't get minimum semi-final in the World Cup, he's gone. Southgate is gone. End of story. So I had to politely disagree with Jamie Carragher, and we'll leave that one there. Brazil or France, says Football Style. 4 England fans being bought drinks by the Hungarian fans in the pub in Hungary. Unreal situation. Mate, they're friendly. Fair play, they are friendly. But my God, is that secretly taking the piss? That is secretly taking the mick. 4 England fans being brought drinks by Hungarian fans. I think that's a slight little dig at the England fans. If the Hungarian fans do anything about football competitively, that would be a cheeky gesture to the England fans deep down without saying it or showing it to say, we'll buy you this out of pity. But fair play to the Hungary fans. Carragher is a bigger clown, lol, says Fresh Prince. Brazilian here, I think our team has a lot of talents, but we've not faced any top team but Argentina since 2018. It is a big test for Brazil, so I think they may come out of it. It's time to exercise self-criticism. Maybe. Let's not crucify Southgate. He's got England in the final of the lost tournament. He will again take them to the promised land. Mate, I wish I had your optimism. I really, really do. Southgate will resign before he's sacked, I think. I think Southgate has got the niceness to resign before he's sacked, but I really think that works against him as well, because I think he has the niceness to think he still has a chance with this England team. So I think it'll still go either way, whichever way he goes. All that attacking talent on the pitch. This isn't an overhyped media that convinced the nation that these players are world class. Example: Harry Kane. If Southgate had any dignity left, self-respect, and generally cared about the national football team he's dismantling, he'd resign in the morning. He'd resign tonight. He would have gone in that post-match press conference after he's just told all the players and the English FA that he's going to resign, and he will come out in that interview like the passionate man he is and say, I've taken this team as far as I can. I'm going to resign. Someone else is going to come in and take this team forward going into the World Cup. That's how I think he should be doing it. Just subbed. Thank you very much. I'm an American, obviously a USA fan, but religiously follow the Premier League as so many talented players. Will England enter with low confidence? Is Southgate sacked? Disruption in club? I do get your point. I think they will enter the World Cup in low confidence, especially after the 4 games without a win. We probably won't win the last 2 Nations League games either. I think they will come into it with low confidence, and that's why Southgate should go before the World Cup starts, because you're bringing a new manager that's going to lift their spirits up in the training sessions in those last 2 games of the Nations League, then into World Cup training sessions. For me, you've got a recipe there to actually give England a decent World Cup. Let's have a look at some more comments. Don't forget, guys, like I said, link in the chat for you guys to come on and have your sale. Put it in again now. Southgate needs to go. Sorry, he has no clue what to do with these players. Also, the players are highly overrated and overpaid, says Tom's Legacy. Hello there, Kit Kat, by the way, 02__. If he's still managed during the World Cup, I'm not going to bother, says Darren. Fair play, mate. Southgate made no apologies to the fans for that. He just said, I'm sorry for the fans who spent money and time to come here. I'll try my best to put it right. Nope. I think that's the least he needed to do in the press conference. Every dog has his off day. I wouldn't be surprised either, though, if England go far in the World Cup. Mate, if we went to a semi-final and lost in the semi-final, or we went to the final and lost the final, people would still say Southgate out, and the English media would still back Harry Maguire and Gareth Southgate. Simple as that. Thank you, great input. Same old England, 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. England will always be the same. They'll never achieve nothing. The mentality and attitude has always been the same. They don't want to give their heart or nah. If Southgate gave a toss about England and fans and supporters, he would have been embarrassed, humbled, and apologetic. The guy is a joke. Don't think England will go in the World Cup. I don't think they're going to get very far, to be honest. I really, really don't. Just trying to find more reaction on social media from tonight's result. Like I said, guys, the link in the chat, in fact, I'll put it in now, is there, so you guys can come on and have your say. I want to try and get at least one more caller on before we end tonight's stream. God, some of the reactions. Saka playing like Lucas Atkins, I've just seen on Twitter. Jesus. Already asking the question. Terry said, who should replace Southgate as England manager? Let's try and find some replies on that. Do you think the limit number of foreign players in the Premier League would help the English team get more talent? It's not that. I just think the English players need to stop going through the motions and just start, don't let other people carry your careers. Maguire wouldn't start in my team. This is from a Man United fan. He's shocking. Absolutely. I'm not a Man U fan, and I can see it. In your opinion, so much talent in England's side, what is the problem, do you think? Honestly, players aren't playing to the standard that they should be playing at. Then some of those players, if not most of those players, don't give a flying one at the moment. And Southgate's tactics are backwards, side to side, and very, very poor. It's the players and the manager. It's not just the manager. Let's not put all this on him. We need to be looking at the manager here as well. The manager, in my personal opinion, needs serious accountability, but so do the players. Jack is by far England's best player. 1 appearance, 2 subs today, a break. What's going on, says Tom's Legacy. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. Someone put a very, very good comment, and I'm going to just show you this, right? Shout out to Omar on Twitter. Look at the Photoshop on that. Stone cold Sean Dyche. If you want Sean Dyche as England manager, give me a hell yeah in the comment section. Limiting foreign players in the Premier League, City, Liverpool, Chelsea will never challenge again. That's a fair point. England equals SHIT, says Tyler. Big up Tyler, the Doncaster Rovers drummer. The Photoshop on that is class. Do you want me to put it up again? Shout out to Omar again on Twitter for this. Oh my God, this guy's done a wonderful job with this. If you want Sean Dyche as England manager, give me a hell freaking yeah. Would you like Sean Dyche manager of England? I don't think his football's the best to watch. It's not the best football to play. So it would defeat the purpose of getting rid of Southgate. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm sort of I'm uncertain on Sean Dyche, especially since getting sacked by Burnley. Seeing some of the names. Graham Potter, Brendan Rodgers, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Brian Stark. I think that might be a joke. Brian Stark, former Rovers player. If he got the England job, that'd be great. Potter, Howe, Dyche, Big Sam, Ollie, Wenger, Pochettino, Potter again, Wenger. I think some people are just chatting Wenger for the sake of chatting Wenger. How the hell does Company get the Burnley job and yet Dyche gets sacked? I don't know. Are the players somewhat burned out? Too many games. Nations League deletes the emotion on field. I wouldn't say burned out because I'm not going to use the excuse that they're tired or burned out or anything like that. The professional athletes getting paid millions every week. The only England I remember who hasn't left under a cloud was Venables 26 years ago. Eddie Howe or Potter as next England manager. They'd be my top two choices, but unfortunately they're in clubs that are not going to let them go. Time for a foreign manager again. Otherwise, stay with Southgate as the most experienced Englishman. I would like to see us go for a foreign manager, but it didn't work last time with the likes of Fabio Capello, Sven-Göran Eriksson. If we brought in a foreign manager with attacking football, then fair play. Right, let's get a new caller on the show. Kit Kat. Oh, no, he's gone. He could have been on the show. You were literally just a second away. Ramsdale had a stinker. The Queen should be the next manager. Oh, God. I love the comment section sometimes. All hail the England manager. Chal, missing you, brother. Missing you, Joe. I'm missing these home and away matches. Fingers crossed I'll be going home and away next season. Stephen Gerrard, this is a wake-up call. England fans a lot are delusional. Lol, the team needs a big improvement. Absolutely. I give Jose Mourinho a chance. Again, will we prime away from Roma? And is his football the best? Would it defeat the purpose of getting rid of Southgate? I'd like Gerrard in. He would never get it, but Radnick or Bielsa. Bielsa would be a great appointment. If you can just shore it up at the back, he plays great attacking football. Radnick's just become Austria head coach, so he won't leave at the minute. Chris Hughton, that would be an interesting appointment. Mourinho or Gerrard, interesting. Overall, what is the sentiment of English fans regarding subpar results? Southgate needs to go and the players need to wake up. Lampard, the Queen can't be manager. She fair play. Right. Doesn't look like there's going to be any calls coming in now, so I'm going to probably end that there. Thank you to everyone that's coming to the stream tonight. It's been fun. I can't say the occasion's been fun and why, but it's definitely been fun. And I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys in future videos. I do have a video to record and get ready for tomorrow. Either tonight, probably not tonight now because it's too late, but I'll get a video ready for tomorrow, which is Brandon Horton joining Chesterfield, which was announced this afternoon. So I'll get that video ready for tomorrow. There will be some other content because Game 5 of the NBA Finals, I think, was last night. So I'm going to rewatch that and rewatch the rest of the games and sort of get a general feel of it going into Game 6. Oh, hang on a second. Don't end the stream there. Hang on a second. Man like Prime is here. Prime, how you doing?
Hello.
How you doing? How are you?
Actually, let me take that off. I'm good.
Great to see you, mate. It's been a while. 4-0 Southgate out before the World Cup or give him the World Cup?
No, the project, the plan, whatever, was to build this England team to the World Cup, to Qatar, and see what you guys do from there. So I think he should be given the Qatar World Cup. Like, people are forgetting. So easy to get on his back based on a few results, but people are forgetting. He got you guys to 3 semi-finals on the bounce. He got you guys to your first final since 1966, and you guys actually won a tournament. Like, England shouldn't be really be viewed as favorites for anything. The arrogance England fans have, I don't understand where it comes from.
I get that, I do. It's just, I think what's putting fans off though is the style of football Southgate's playing with, that attacking talent on. When you've got that much attacking talent on the pitch, it's the style of football that's getting fans angry the most, especially when you're bringing on a prone to mistakes centre back like Maguire, rather than a different defender.
Which attacking talent do England really have? Foden doesn't play well for England. Grealish doesn't. He typically really doesn't play that well for England, though he's looked all right in the past few months. Saka is a defense-minded winger. For Arsenal, he plays in a defense-minded system. Mason Mount is not a good attacker. You see that for Chelsea. Sancho has been awful this past season, and when he's played for England, he's also looked awful. England fans don't rate Rashford. Sterling, he's a good goal scorer, but his all-round play maybe isn't necessarily the best. All you guys really have is Kane. It makes sense he plays this kind of pragmatic system because it works. Look at what Italy did. Pragmatic. They were able to win the Euros. When France won the World Cup, they were playing counterattack. Sometimes you just got to do what you can just to get through and win a tournament. England, it's not like you guys have won so many in the past where you guys can demand a certain style of play. Just maybe get through it and win, because as of right now, if you sack Southgate, who do you bring in? Because
to be
the
fair,
top managers in the world.
That was going to be my next point.
Yeah,
it's who, like I said, people are saying Graham Potter and Eddie Howe. They've already got clubs that are not going to let them go without a fight. So,
not even that. Graham Potter and Eddie, are they better managers than Southgate? Yes, probably. But in terms of from now until the World Cup, there's not enough time for them to do what they want to do, ingrain a philosophy or a style of play, to England to be successful in that World Cup. And all the top managers in the world, who's gonna, you're not getting a Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, Conte, Simeone, Zidane, Enrique. Maybe Mancini might be available after because Italy might sack him soon enough. But even then, he'll probably go and manage Juve or something. So,
I think Mancini will probably go somewhere. I think Mancini will probably go somewhere like the Chinese Premiership or something like that. But
yeah, I think unless England are banking on eventually getting Scott Parker or Frank Lampard or Gerrard or Howe or Potter,
or Wayne Rooney,
let those managers. Yeah, but even then, let those managers have 10 years or 50. Let them have that experience of winning, failing, knowing what it's like to actually win trophies before you bring them in. Because if you bring any of those managers in now, you will destroy their career. You've seen with Southgate, England fans are saying his inexperience is not good enough. What makes you think any of those other managers we've listed is actually good enough?
I think that's a fair point. And look, Southgate brings on a centre-back with 3-0 down and 10 men. It's not the centre-back that made me angry. It's the fact that he brought on Maguire. If you brought on a different defender, fair enough, but Maguire has been making mistake after mistake for club and country. Why would you bring him on when we need to not concede more than 3 and we go 4-0 down? And I look back on the replay, he was involved in that goal.
Yeah, but you're losing anyway. So whether you lose by 3 or you lose by 4, it's not really a big difference for 1 and 2. Does anyone take the Nations League seriously? Because when Portugal won the Nations League, the first Nations League, and it was Ronaldo. Everyone said, "Oh, it's a friendly tournament. It doesn't really matter." So the fact that England are not winning these games, does it really matter? Because I've seen the squad he's brought. He's brought in Gerard Bowen, who might not even make the World Cup squad. He's brought in Bellingham, who might not make the World Cup squad. He's brought in the likes of Mark Guehi. Hold on, let me look at the. He's brought in Gallagher. Let me look at the bench. He's brought in the likes of Trippier, who wasn't in the last Euro squad. He has in the likes of Tammy and stuff. Like, he's kind of experimenting with players who might be under fringes and seeing what they can do. I don't see what the big deal is. Like, Germany haven't done well either, nor have Italy, and they're not getting the stick. So I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. Judge him when you get to the actual World Cup and see how far. Because if you guys don't think he's going to get far and you guys have no confidence, then if he gets to the semi-finals and then gets knocked out, or gets to the final and loses again, no one can really give him stick because you don't expect him to get that far anyways.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. What stage of the World Cup then? Finally, would you say that fans have a right to say Southgate to go if he fails? What stage of the World Cup would you see as a failure and something that would demand the sacking?
I think you guys can go far. I don't know exactly how all the groups are lined out and what the pathway would be to, say, a final or something.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously, it's subject to me seeing everything, but I think quarterfinals and then who knows? Like, semi-final, quarterfinal, depending on what the group is. Like, when in the Euros, I remember before the tournament started, I said, England, you have a pretty good chance as well as anyone else because no one's really that strong. That's why I picked Italy, because they've got the best manager and the best structure, but their team itself individually is not that strong. I said, looking at England, you guys can probably get to the semi-final, maybe the final. Like, if you get to the quarterfinals, and you probably will have to face a Germany. If you beat Germany, who knows what happens from there? It's an easier route to said final. But even then, people saying England had an easy route. I've seen England get knocked out by Iceland. I've seen England group of a terrible Italy team, a Uruguay team that only had Luis Suarez and Edson Cavani, and Costa Rica, and you finished third in that group with only 1 point. So, like, I don't think England fans have a right to demand or say what's easy. It's like England fans have this mentality of, I said, Spurs fans, like, they think they are a much better club or bigger team or whatever than they actually are. That they need to know what their level is. Like, that's what England are. Like, you're not, like you're not Brazil, you're not Spain, you're not Germany, who can demand and say, look, we're not playing the right style. This our philosophy, whatever. We're not doing things the right way, because England have now deviated from their philosophy, which is 4-4-2, target man, lump the ball up. If you want to play a certain style or whatever, or whatever Southgate style is, sometimes you have to realize maybe it might not be attractive, but you will get the results needed, because that's what tournament football is, getting the results to win. And look, someone said here, Blaze, this is Brazil's tournament to lose. So if you're facing a Brazil, you won't be able to play them off the park. So you're going to have to play on the counter attack. You're going to have to be defensive. Against Spain, you're going to have to be defensive. Against France, you're going to have to be defensive. So I don't see personally what the problem is. I don't know. Maybe because I'm not English, but also I'm not biased. Like, I've been watching England my whole life, like, as a football fan. So all the hype you guys always have, just to always fail. I just think temper expectations. Get behind your players like you guys did in the Euros, but, like, temper the expectations and just see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Prime, thank you very, very much for coming on the show tonight. Like I said, you're always welcome back on anytime.
No problem. See you.
Right, now we are going to end the stream. That was a nice little surprise at the end there. Good to see Prime from the terrace. By the way, I'd love to be back on the football terrace. It's great doing that. It's great. It's always great being on the football terrace at times. But thank you very much, guys, for watching this. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm the CHALL from Chelsea Sport. Like I said, loads of content coming up these next few weeks. We've got Horton to Chesterfield tomorrow. We've got what else we've got? We've got NBA videos coming up. We've got a load of it. I've not done NBA content in a little while, so I've got a lot of NBA videos coming up. We're going to do some British basketball coverage as well. We're going to do some videos on that as well. Ice hockey coverage. Obviously, we've got the Champions Hockey League Done Deal show that's going to be every Sunday. So episode 3 will be coming online this Sunday. So give it a few days and it'll be ready. We've also got some other coverage of ice hockey. I've really started to make a network now with some people from the US in ice hockey in the US. So there's some content hopefully coming from the NHL as well. I do want to do some more sports content as well, stuff from the NFL, more stuff from WWE pay-per-views. I will be reviewing Money in the Bank. So when that pay-per-view is on, I will be reviewing it. So stay tuned for a Money in the Bank review at some point this month. And for now, guys, I am the CHALL from Chal Sport, and I will see you in the next stream. Man like here, like Blaze. Excellent coverage here. Cheers, mate. I'm a Canadian. Hockey is our sport. Fantastic. I don't know anything about ice hockey. Go back and watch the CHL content. We've got plenty more coverage coming of the hockey. Please go and watch the content. Then you'll understand it a lot more. And thank you very much, guys, for watching this live stream. And I'll be back with more content soon. Thank you. Ta-ra.